What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. This time for a Thursday on April the 21st. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Sports Talk Matt. My Twitter account at BettingPros. BettingPros Twitter account. The offer from BetMGM has always been there above me on the YouTube video where we go every morning. $10 bet, $150 easily, automatically in your account. Win or lose in that $10 bet. Promo code JUICE150 at sign up for BetMGM. Okay. So a winning night last night, 2-1. Unfortunately, the Bucks do not get it home for us. We do get the tease on the Raptors game right, but we didn't tease the other side. Somebody on my other show said maybe you should have teased, why not tease the Nets up, which may have been a decent move. Boston won by 7, so if I teased the Nets from 3 to 7, I would have pushed. Or 3.5, it's 7.5. Actually, I would have covered 7.5. I would have covered on that if I'd done that. So just kind of would have been a nail biter there, but we get that wrong. But the other two bets come in. Nets led by, I think, 8 after the first quarter and then lost the game. So we had them at +1. And we came in on what was the other bet from last night, which I'm forgetting that we got correct, but we had it right. I know we got it right. Oh, Blue Jays, first 5. Blue Jays came in, we got that right at even money. So that was a good bet at even money to get that in there. So 2-1 night on the night. Okay, and then we got the under, a miracle, 225 and a half, a miracle at the end, missing a free throw with no time left. Crazy call by the refs trying to get to the over, it felt like, but missed one of them. Grayson Allen missed one, so we got lucky there. So 225 and a half, that cashes in. Vegas is still playing against the Capitals as we speak, so I don't know how that game is going. I got plus money on the Capitals going on that. I live bet a bunch with the Celtics, so I had a good night. So it was a good night. So let's hopefully have another good night here on a Thursday. Okay, so let's roll here right into the baseball play, which is going to be very early in the morning, the first game of the day. The Cleveland Guardians won both games in the doubleheader yesterday, and they won them pretty impressively. Well, 2-1 and then 11-1. So here we go with an early start. Zach Plesac, last year as a starter, had a whip of 1.2, ERA of 4.67. Plesac has been very good over the last two, or his first 2 starts. He's 0-1 with a .164 ERA and a whip of 1. Now, the offenses he faced were not that outstanding. San Francisco and Kansas City in his first 2 starts. Both games losses, by the way, but he pitched really well. I think he's probably due for some regression here, and the White Sox are due to get off to a fast start. I actually like that they're turning right around and playing here because Dylan Cease is their starter. He's 2-0 with a 1.69 ERA. His whip is .94. Very good start to the year for him. The team has done very well in his starts, and I don't think they want to get swept by the Guardians. So I'm not going to play around with the bullpens here again. I can go with first 5, and I can lay the same bet we laid with the Blue Jays yesterday. Same spot, really, right? It's a road team in first 5, which is not what you'd like to do all that often. Home teams are better, get the full 5 innings, the full 5 at bats, and then you know what you need to get in the bottom of the 5th. But I think Cease in this offense, I think they're due to come to life here. I think Plesac is due to have a little bit of a regression start. Even money is the same bet. White Sox laying a half a run on the road against the Guardians. White Sox even money. Let's take it. Half a unit on the White Sox to get off to a fast start here this morning. 1:10 Eastern time start, 10:10 on the West Coast. That's an early start time, so mark that down, okay? Early start time. I'm taking Cease, the White Sox, first 5, laying it on the run line, half a run for a half a unit here. White Sox over the Guardians in the first 5 on the run line for a half a unit at even money. All right, to the NBA. Mavericks and the Utah Jazz. Will Luka play? Big question, right? If Luka plays, what does this total go to? It's 210.5. If he plays, how many points? 3, 4? Probably, right? If Luka plays. So Dallas this season on the road has been okay to the over. 20-20-1. Utah at home, okay to the over. 21-19-1 to the over. The last game between these two teams went over, in both games between Utah and Dallas being played in Utah. Both games went over. In fact, The first game went over by 22 points. It was a 2-14 total, went over by 22 points. And then the second game went over by 6.5 points. It was 16-16.5. Both those games were played with Luka Doncic on the floor, however. But I think because these two teams last time, 206.5 went over by 7.5 points, so it would have covered 210.5. The first game was 208 and it went under by 16 points, but a lot of that had to do with pace of play, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that, well, at home, Dallas plays a lot slower than they do on the road. Dallas has been a team that's played to the over. 7 of the last 10 games have gone over, including Dallas has gone on the road a lot. Last road games, Detroit over, Milwaukee over, Washington over, Cleveland over. Final 4 road games for the Dallas Mavericks all went over. On the road here tonight, 210.5. We're betting the over. Dallas, Utah, over 210.5. I think Dallas could win the game outright. Don't sleep on them to win the game. And if Luka plays, this Utah by 7 number crashes down to like 3. And the total goes up, probably 213, 214 if Luka's on the floor. With or without Luka, I'm betting the game over. 210.5, Dallas and Utah. Half a unit, we're going over for Dallas and Utah. And for the final bet today, we're going to make the same bet we made yesterday. And this has been a very profitable bet. The team that has lost the previous game to come back and win the first quarter. Crazy between the Warriors and the Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets have led after the first quarter of both games. 1 point, both games. Game 1, game 2. Not really a fast-starting team for the Golden State Warriors. They kind of figure their way into it, and then they go at it in the fourth quarter, and they play really well. But this is going to be a hyped atmosphere for the Nuggets. They're only laying 1 point in the first quarter. Denver -1. I think Denver gets off to a really fast start. I think Denver is live to win the first half. I think Denver is live to cover potentially in this game as well. I mean, Golden State's laying 1.5, 2 points. It's the same bet you would have made with the Philadelphia 76ers last night, right? To go ahead and say Philadelphia to win that 3-point shot at the buzzer by Joel Embiid. A little revenge for the Kawhi Leonard shot back in the day, a couple of years ago in the postseason. Turnaround J, 0.9 seconds. Embiid hits it. Sixers win. They're up 3-0. Same thing could happen here with the Golden State Warriors. Hard-fought game all the way to the bottom. Warriors hit a shot at the end, and the Warriors win. But in the first quarter, this is a great game to live bet, by the way. Another great game. Boston and Brooklyn last night. Awesome game to live bet. Boston was down 9-0. Just go ahead and take the points and bet Boston, and they covered all that. And then you could have gone back and forth. That was an unbelievable game to live bet. I only made 3 live bets in the game. I hit them all. It was a really fun game to live bet. But this could be another one for Golden State and Denver. Another game to bet live, go back and forth, and potentially come in and hit that. First quarter, though, Denver -1. First quarter, Denver Nuggets laying 1 point. Half a unit, -110 is the official play on the Golden State Warriors and the Denver Nuggets down 0-2. Other games, I mean, the Memphis and Minnesota game tonight, you could bet, Memphis -1.5 in the first quarter if you want. This is a watch and see game for me. Game 3 is so pivotal. I don't know what to do with Memphis and Minnesota. I may get involved live. I lean over for this game at 236.5. I lean towards the over. But after betting the over in the last game and getting burned by 20.5 points, I don't know. I do expect a bounce back spot. I don't know what's going on with Ja. I don't have a great feel for Memphis and Minnesota tonight. That's a game I'm going to watch. I'll live bet it if I like it, but I'm not going to get involved with anything pregame for Memphis and Minnesota at the moment. Okay, so 3 bets, half a unit in play for each of them. White Sox laying a half a run line first 5 for even money, half a unit. Over 210.5, Utah and Dallas at -110. Nuggets -1 in the first quarter, -110 for a half a unit. Those are the official plays for the Daily Juice podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at Sports Talk Matt. Each and every morning, it's Daily Juice podcast. Always being brought to you by BetMGM.